Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Of today's high school football playoff game on a November 14 of 2020. The sun has reemerged after a couple of dark days, and we are glad to see. I'm John Collins, along with Tom King. We are about to bring you Salem versus North, Tom, a North team that has definite state championship aspirations.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is Division I semifinal. This is a round no Nashua team has gotten by in the last several years, and it's going to be an interesting game, John. The one thing is, good thing that I like about this game going into it is they haven't played each other yet. You know, so there's a little bit of intrigue there. There's a little bit of mystery. You don't know exactly what to expect, and that given Dante Lorendi. I wrote a story earlier this week for the Telegraph about the wing T offense. It's something that they haven't faced in a while. Most of the wing T teams are in that South Division, which is Salem, Londonderry, Pinkerton, and they haven't played a wing T team all season long. In fact, they haven't done it in a couple of years. It's going to be interesting. We'll see Kyle Tave and his defense is able to put together against the wing T, which has several misdirection plays. A lot. You have to really watch where the ball is. It's almost like the straight T that Trinity used to run. You just have to be careful, and there's a lot of wide, they use the wide sides of the field, things like that. It's not a real power offense, but it's one that Nashua North is going to, haven't faced all year. They have to be prepared. Be prepared for it. Easy for me to say.
It is the year of Curtis Harris Lopez, the two-way weapon, the generational athlete for the Nashua High North Titans. Also coming together with his talent is a host of weapons that North has on both offense and especially defense. Tom, I watched that game last week with my friend Ron Welliver, who so ably called the big win over Merrimack, and some of the great defensive players really stand out. Max Ackerman, and of course that terrific top 10 highlight play by Toby Brown Jr. on the self-batted
interception.
Run it back. It's just tremendous defense at North features.
Well, North, what they're doing is they're getting into that backfield, John Collins, and that's a big deal. They are making that play in the backfield as the color guard goes on the field right now for the anthem in a second. But that is a big aspect of North's defense.
Blowing plays up in the backfield, absolutely.
Well, either that or just disrupt the quarterback a little bit so he can't make the play. Cody Clements of Salem is the guy. And let's see what North can dial up defensively to try to make life a little difficult for them. They're going to have to do that if they want to win this football game. Ladies and gentlemen, and now we will have our national anthem.
As we listen to the Star Spangled Banner, Tom, I couldn't help notice the numbers on each sideline. It seems that Salem's got a lot done this season with not a lot of personnel.
Yeah, well, I mean, the numbers are down all over, John, because of obviously COVID and everything else. But at this point, you bring your A game, you bring your A players, you leave the a lot of the freshman players home and things like that. So, not surprised. And this should be a fun football game. It's on turf, okay? And that'll help North with their speed. The one thing I like about Nashua North, you mentioned Curtis Harris Lopez, but don't forget Jaden Espinal and Anthony Green, Brian Mwangi. They've got a whole, litany of players that can do the job offensively that are going to be very difficult for Salem to have to defend. But this Salem defense is good. Case in point, they had a goal line stand last week against Londonderry to win the game. You know, I mean, Londonderry was one score away and a 2-point touchdown and a 2-point conversion away, tying it. And at the end of the game, Salem came up huge in the goal line stand. So that's going to be something that you'll have to keep an eye on in terms of what happens when North gets down there, you know, in the red zone, and what Salem can do to defend it. I'll tell you what, the thing that Nashua North has that not a lot of other teams have, John, is they have somebody that can score from anywhere on the field. Not one, but 2 or 3 players that can do it. I left another guy, Isaac Smith. I mean, he's a great player too.
Anthony Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, this is
Jaden Espinal. So many good players. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I've done the coin toss, and let's see. It looks like Salem will receive. North will kick to Salem, and the Blue Devils will go left to right. North will go right to left. John Collins, take it away. I will join you midway through the second quarter.
Look forward to that. Tom King, our cameraman today, Tim O'Neill. You'll be hearing Jason Roby on public address, and our spotter today is Bill Thorpe. So we're looking forward to an exciting semifinal, state semifinal. The winner of this will advance to play the winner of Goffstown versus Winnicott, going on simultaneously on a beautiful Saturday. The sun has reemerged after 2 dark, wet days here in southern New Hampshire. Stellos, perfect venue. Obviously, the crowd is down because of the pandemic, and we welcome the additional television viewers that will be watching this exciting boys high school semifinal football game via the tube. We welcome everybody here. Executive produced by Nashua ETV's Pete Johnson. So 12 minutes on the board in high school football. We played 12-minute quarters. What a great start North got off to last week in that game called by my friend Ron Welliver. There was a 28-0 advantage right off by North. They were up 21-0 to the first 12 thanks to a great offensive and defensive effort. We'll see if Salem proves a much tougher opponent today. The return by Ryan Allard up the right hash mark. Gets it back to close to the 30. We'll see where they spot it, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils in that wing T offense. Will be Marshall with the tackle for the Titans. They spot 29, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Out of the huddle. Clance with the snap, hands it off, up the middle. It's Aiden McDonald for a big chunk. He gets close to the 40-yard line. It would be a gain of 12-yard gain of the 41-yard line. So from the 29 to the 41, right on the opening snap, Salem breaks up a big chunk of yards on the first down carry by Aiden McDonald. He's a junior running back, number 15. 3-4 defense for the Titans. And the handoff. Hit near the line of scrimmage was Dante Fernandez. He gets it to about the, well, just 41 plus inches, about a half-yard gain, so just about the full 10 most for Salem after a nice defensive stop there for the Titans, following up on giving up the 12-yard carry. Just about nothing on the second run from scrimmage for the Blue Devils. We're a minute into this one, first quarter. The winner advances to play in the state championship game here in Division I in New Hampshire. The handoff up the middle. 2 hands clamped firmly over the ball by number 15. Again, Aiden McDonald with his second carry. Not quite as successful as his first carry by any means. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 5 for Salem. So up to the line of scrimmage, the Blue Devils looking to convert, 5 yards to go. Back into the run formation, and they will run the ball. They try to go around the end, and they do. Breaking it outside is Dante Fernandez. He turns the corner and gets the first down. The crucial corner turn by Fernandez. He's able to beat the defense to the wide side of the field. picks up the first down. Tackled just shy of the north 40-yard line. They spotted at the 42. So that's the equivalent of a long pass, I guess, on 3rd and long for the Blue Devils as they go to their wide side run. Successfully pick up another first down. Up the middle, big chunk. Blue Devils showing off their full running playbook. Jacob Brady, the senior running back, goes up the middle. Jack Peach, but before he gets close to 8 yards or 9 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and short for Blue Devils. Handoff to the fullback and big pileup right at the line of scrimmage. Max Ackerman in the middle of the line. Also stuffing the run, Liam Novak. Number 51, part of that front three. Travis Holbrook along with Max Ackerman said hello to Max's dad on the way into the stadium. He was cautiously optimistic, wearing his son's number 61, well, a replica t-shirt jersey, I think is what it was. And a power run off the left side of the line. That is Dante Fernandez again. And that's another Salem first down. Salem, no doubt, has made this formula work all season long, leading to their narrow win over Londonderry. And all the way here to Stellos to the semifinal game. They have a power run game. They do not have to throw the ball when they consistently move the chains on the ground.
Man in motion is McDonald. He
gives up the middle.
Give up the middle to Brady. He's going to be down inside the 20, down to about the 11. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Blue Devils as they close in to the shadow of Nashua's goalposts.
Pick up 16 more.
Blue Devils being very efficient here with their first drive of the game.
Kind of catching, it's hard to say you catch them off because you kind of know what Salem's
going to say,
do.
It's not like no one knows what Salem's going to do. All right, and Clemens under center. This time the handoff goes to number 42, that's Damian Gigante.
Number 42, Damian Gigante on the carry.
He'll have a yard on forward progress. So it's going to be, the ball's going to be spotted right at the 10, so pickup of 1, so 2nd down and 9. Here comes Brady, Jake Brady back into the huddle along with Caleb Bates on 2nd and 9 from the 10.
They can get a first down without getting a touchdown, just outside that.
Brady in the backfield behind Clemens under center. Man in motion is McDonald. Handoff goes to Jake up the middle, and he'll be down inside the 5. Pick up about 4 or 5 on 2nd down. Okay, they're going to mark him at the 6.
Going 3rd and about 5.
3rd and 5 to go for the Blue Devils. Peter Bealey comes in.
6 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. The Blue Devils have had it almost half of the first quarter.
Bealey splitting to the near side. And handoff goes to Fernandez. He's the 2nd man through.
He's going to be very close
to the first down.
Very, very
They're
close.
Going to have to, I think they may have to measure this. The ball is, the spot is inside the 1, and they give him the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal to go from the 1 for the Blue Devils, and they'll have 4 shots to punch it in a yard.
This is the 12th play of the drive. 1st and goal at the 1.
Brady in the backfield behind Clemens. The handoff goes to...
I think
he
got in, but I don't see an official indication.
He comes running down the sidelines, and no, they're going to mark him just shy. Ball is spotted basically at the 1-inch line. See, the field announcer said
second
and credit card. I like that. I'm going to steal that. Second down and a credit card. I like it. That's a new one.
So we'll see what happens here.
Clemens under center. Brady directly behind him in the formation. Man in motion is McDonald, and I think that's a keeper.
Yeah, he's in.
Quarterback keeper Cody Clemens takes it the length of a credit card, and he is in for the touchdown as the Blue Devils strike first here in this Division I semifinal game.
And that's just what the commentators said the Blue Devils have to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Brady to attempt the point after for the Blue Devils.
Kick is up, and it's going to be good.
Brady's kick is up, and it is good with 5:16 to play here in the first quarter. Your score, the Salem Blue Devils 7, Nashua North 0.
So the Blue Devils go 71 yards in 13 plays. There's only 5:16 remaining in the first quarter. So Salem has taken an early lead over the Nashua North Panthers.
Titans.
Nashua's Titans. I mean the Panthers. Nashua
South is the Panthers.
The historic name. Yep. And there really is no key to that drive. I mean, there was a 12-yard gain
Ball control
on third.
Ball control and sticking to the game plan is, I'd say.
Third down, the 12-yard run on third down by Fernandez, probably the longest early on in the drive. To the key. And so the Blue Devils now have an early 7-0 lead over the Panthers. And the Panther fans are now encouraging their team to come on and even it up. I expect Brady to kick off. He is. Jacob Brady, number 4, to kick. And we did talk about the wind a little bit. There is a wind. I don't know, it's kind of a crosswind, but
yeah,
if there
it's
is any,
coming off the river,
quartering, it'll be a little help for this kick, I think, coming from the far side to the near side.
Back deep to receive for the Titans, number 21, Jordan Razanen Andino. Number 2, quarterback Curtis Harris Lopez, and number 24, Isaac Smith.
We got people on the wrong side here. Let's get our act together.
Get our act together, guys. And there's the kick, and it's taken by the up man.
44.
44, that's Jack Peters, and he's going to be rung down at about the Nashua 32-yard line, 33-yard line.
Looks like number 5, Peter Feely on the tackle.
5-yard return. Only a 32-yard kick. First and 10 from the 33.
And here is the Nashua North offense for the first time with Curtis Harris Lopez working in the shotgun formation. This is a handoff up the middle to the tailback. That's number
7, Espinal.
Espinal.
Picks up nothing. Second and 10 from the 33. Man in motion to give to the motion back, number 24. They string that out really well.
Yeah, the defense did a really good job stringing that out, and he's going to lose yards. And you're going to back up, and it's going to be a third down at about 12. All right. And there's the snap. This time back to throw. Looking. No, he does toss it underneath, but the Blue Devil defense will close and drop the receiver that was caught by number 24, Smith. It's going to be a pickup of about... the ball's going to be down at about the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 3. Pick up about 8, but it's not going to be enough for the first down.
Coming in back to punt for Nashua North. Number Dante Fernandez to return the punt.
See if they kick this. Line of scrimmage would be the 41.
And there's a good snap for the punt. The punt is high, but the wind is going to knock it down a little bit. Fair catch called for and made at about the Salem 31-yard line by Fernandez. And that is where the Blue Devil offense will take over. So, Blue Devils strike first and then hold the Titans to a 3-and-out on their first possession with about 3 minutes and 28 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
So far, so good for the Blue Devils.
And man in motion is Fernandez. And there was a fumble?
No,
Nope.
he ran it. He couldn't
Ran
find
into his
a
own
hole.
guy.
Yep.
All right, it's going to be second down and 10.
May have lost the
They've
yard.
lost a yard, second and 11. All right. Clemens. This time back to throw. Swing pass. And that's going to pick up about,
Swing pass to Brady.
yeah, that's going to pick up about 3-4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and long. And not as much as I thought. So it'll be 3rd and 9. So pick up about 2 on the swing pass. I thought he was closer to the 35 than that, but
Yeah.
and here's a handoff to the outside to McDonald, and he's
got
going to
the
pick up the first down.
and more.
He's going to be out across the 50 before he's pushed out of bounds by the Nashua defense, and it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils on a big pickup on 3rd and 9 by Aiden McDonald.
They're going to be into North Territory at the 48.
Yep.
That's a 19-yard run. Two minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter as that play went out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Clemens under center. This is a handoff to Fernandez.
He gets
Fernandez
wrapped
is dragged down after a couple. It'll be pickup of about 2 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line, looks like.
Maybe only one then.
I thought the drive started at the 49, but maybe it's only 1. All right, and here's a handoff up the middle to Jake Brady. And he's going to be close to the first down, but he's going to be stopped shy. They're going to give him forward progress to about the 41-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Blue Devils here with 1:15 left to play in the first quarter.
Third and a 3 situation, and this could be 4 downs depending on what happens on this play.
Yeah. All right, man in motion is McDonald, but the handoff goes up the middle, and that's going to be close.
I think it was Gigant. Was it
Damian Gigante?
maybe?
Yep. Damian Gigante on the carry, and that's going to be close. They're gonna say he's not there yet, so it's gonna be 4th and short for the Blue Devils here with 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and they're gonna go for it here. This will be the last play of the first quarter, most likely.
He's trying to draw him
Off
off.
sides.
They stopped Brady short.
And they're going to turn it over on downs. Could not get him to draw off sides, and then Brady's run up the middle was snuffed out and actually lost a yard, and now the Nashua North Titans will take over on downs. So a promising drive.
It's the end of the first quarter. Well, Blue Devils couldn't keep that particular drive going.
Nope.
And that is the end of the first quarter.
But Blue Devils at least hold on to a lead through the first quarter, 7-0.
Winnicott leading Goffstown 7-0 after recovering a fumble in the end zone.
Oh my goodness gracious. So Nashua's going to start at the 40, and now they will be moving with the wind. Well, crosswind, I guess. Looking at the leaves on the field, now the leaves seem to be moving right to left, so I don't know. The wind is swirling today. So it'll be 1st and 10 North at their own 40-yard line, trying to move left to right in this second quarter. Blue Devils got to feel pretty good about how that quarter went.
Yeah, I would say so. Nashua only had the ball for one drive.
Yeah, four plays.
And
plays and a punt.
And you know, the defense played very well. They kept the Nashua offense off the field, and they got points out of and they got 7 points in the first quarter. They have to be feeling pretty good about it. All right, here's Nashua, and here's a handoff. And no, it's a keeper.
Keeper by the quarterback. Look
and
out.
He's going to be dropped finally after a big pickup. That's number 56. Tanner Morgano, who's wearing 56 again this week.
Well, he gets 29 yards. So
big pickup after the turnover on downs, and now the Nashua North Titans are knocking on the door. This is the team that we'd been told to expect, explosive. And there's another quarterback keeper.
Again.
And
he's going to get in.
And he's going to go to the pylon, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. All right, well, now we know why.
So 2 runs, total 60 yards, and they're within an extra point of tying the game.
How long was that run?
31 yards.
And here's the snap, and there's the kick,
and it's blocked. I think that's Caleb Bates, number 1.
So Salem will lead 7-6.
Shades of last week.
Yeah, I know.
So that took all of 31 seconds to score. They go 60 yards in 2 plays. Harris, Lopez, both carries. And then 31 seconds, Nashua North has cut it to within 1, but the kick is blocked. Caleb Bates got his hand up. And so the Blue Devils now will get the ball back on the ensuing kickoff, still holding on to a 1-point lead.
All right. Back deep to receive for the Blue Devils. That's number 9, Ryan Allard. Number 15, Aiden McDonald. Number 23, Dante Fernandez.
Kicker is number 5. That's
Lucas Cunningham. And here's the kick. This one's going to go deep. Looks like it's going straight for Aiden, who'll take it at about the 7-8 yard line. He goes up the middle. Look out! He needs a block. It's cuts to the sidelines. He breaks the tackles. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. He tried to cut back inside. He had some running room if he could have made it, but he skidded out of bounds. And it'll be first and 10, Blue Devils from their own 45-yard line. So a nice run back by Aiden on the kickoff return.
That's a 38-yard return. And the Blue Devils will have good field position, first and 10 at the 45.
And here is a handoff to McDonald up the middle. And
not much there.
Not much there. Be second and 10. Crowd has filled in some here with the fans that are allowed to join us. I estimate about, maybe about, what do you say, 150 people, 200 people?
Yeah, 150. Well, the Nashua North defense has tightened up substantially.
Substantially, yes.
The last two series.
And this is a handoff to McDonald, who dives forward and gets across midfield. We'll bring up a third down and manageable. And bring up a third down and about four with the ball spotted just at the Nashua 49-yard line. 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to play here in the first half. Salem with a lead, 7-6, based on the blocked extra point. Leaves swirling in midfield. Double handoff, second man through is McDonald, and he's going to be short of the first down. And it's going to be about 2 yards short. It's going to be 4th and 2 for the Blue Devils from the Nashua 47-yard line. The line to gain is about the 45. So this will be an interesting call here for Coach Abraham, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
They went for it in the last fourth down.
Well, the last fourth down was much shorter than this.
Shorter than this one.
And there's the
Cody Clemens on the keeper. He slips the tackle.
And he gets the first down. He's out across the 40-yard line, and a flag comes in late. They may be adding some yardage to this on that tackle, which looked pretty violent. They may be getting Nashua for a personal foul here for
a face mask?
Face mask or some kind of body slam, excessive face mask.
Nashua. So he gains down to the 39, so he picked up 8.
And they're going to march this off. Is this the small variety or the large variety? It's going to be the small variety. It's going to be an incidental face mask as opposed to a personal foul face mask. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from the Nashua 34-yard line. So a good run there by the quarterback on the sneak to pick up the 4th down, plus the penalty, puts the Blue Devils in good shape. Man in motion is McDonald, rolling out and looking to throw. Batted down at the line of scrimmage is
it's incomplete.
Yeah, that was a pass incomplete. That wasn't a fumble. That was batted down. He wiped it. It was right up in his face. Cody was looking deep. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. They were looking to try and change it up a little bit, I think, and make them spread out give them something else to think about.
Yep. All right.
9:20 left to play here in the half.
Second and 10.
2nd down and 10. And this is
McDonald on a second man give.
And he lunges forward. He's going to pick up a little bit more on that second effort. And he's going to have, that ball's going to be spotted about the 28-yard line. So pickup of about 6 on the carry.
4.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Blue Devils. We've got Caleb Bates split to the near side. And they stack the formation for McDonald. He's going to have the first down. He's going to be out across the 25.
And now they throw a flag.
They throw a late flag. And that's going to be something that happened after the play was over, I think.
ball is marked at the 24.
Well, it'll be a first down pending the penalty, but we'll see what the penalty turns out to be. Personal foul, face mask.
Nashua again.
That'll be a 15-yarder, so that'll be half the distance to the goal, which is a personal foul face mask. It's the larger variety. So that'll put the Blue Devils down deep as they march this off. He's going to be down around, he's going to be down to about the 11. First and 10 to go from the 11 after the penalty on Nashua for the face mask. And there's the handoff up the middle. That went to Brady, I think. Yes. And he's gonna pick up a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Blue Devils. Clock ticks to about 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. Blue Devils leading 7-6 over the Nashua North Titans here in Nashua. Chilly Nashua.
Yeah.
And I hear somebody calling timeout. And that's going to go which direction? It's going to be timeout Salem as Coach Abraham calls a timeout to talk about this 2nd down and 9 here with 7:55 left to play in the half. Goffstown pulling it even 7-7 with 11:06 left in the half in that game.
You realize Nashua North has had only 6 plays in the first half?
Yeah, that's a little strange.
They have only had 6 plays in the first half.
When you're practicing, you know, you need that good solid look from your scout team, and it's a hard thing to duplicate this offense if you don't run it as your own system. So there's a different tempo, there's a different speed to this offense, and it seems like Nashua North right now is catching a little bit. They are making some good stops in the initial downs, which they need to do. They need to win 1st and 2nd down, and they need to stay away from those costly penalties. If you're Salem, you have to feel really good thus far about what you're doing in this game. You're controlling the clock. You're running your base offense. You're having success. And look, you might snuff out trap 3-4 times, but Salem's still going to run that play. And that's the offense that they run, and they're not going to go away from it. So it will be interesting to see what the Blue Devils do with their next 3 plays here.
Jason Roby, thank you for that. We have a 2nd down and 9 play coming for the Blue Devils following the timeout. In motion is McDonald, and it's a counter play and tackled at about the 6-yard line. Max Ackerman not fooled. Dante Fernandez on the carry. And Anthony Green also assisting. They got a gain of maybe 5 on that for the Blue Devils. It's going to be 3rd and 4. So Salem trying to go up by a full touchdown again. Cody Clements has 1 receiver split wide to the left. He's going to hand it off to McDonald. He's hit or tripped in the backfield, and he gets nothing. McDonald falling forward to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to set up 4th down and 4. Anthony Green with back-to-back defensive plays for the Titans, forcing a 4th and 4. Interesting, in the other semifinal game, it is 7-7. It's tied. Goffstown and Winnacunnet battling for the right to play the winner of this one next weekend for the state championship. 4th and 4. Big play here. Salem up by 1 point, trying to hang on to the ball and score points. And there's Aiden McDonald around the corner and in for the touchdown. Aiden McDonald, the weapon for the Blue Devils on 3rd and long, and now 4th and 4, able to convert and put 6 points up for the Blue Devils. On a play where if he stops short, it's North's football and no points scored. Instead, it is now a 13-6 advantage for the Blue Devils with the extra point try to come. And kicking for Salem is Jacob Brady. Jumping over everybody and in the backfield, Brissetti's going to get flagged. Now the Blue Devils are going to be tempted to go for two. That is a illegal play, offside or encroachment against the defense. Salem looks like they will take the penalty and just a few feet forward, but they're still lined up to kick. They're going to move the tee slightly forward. And Brady boots it through. It is a 14-6 advantage for the Blue Devils, so they continue to succeed with their offense featuring the ground game and the runs of Aiden McDonald, the junior linebacker and running back number 15 for Salem. A difference maker in this game, as is Curtis Harris Lopez for the Titans, but Salem, since taking the opening kick, has minimized North's touches of the football and shortened the half to the point where I believe this is going to be only Titans' third possession when they receive this, when and if they receive this kickoff from the Blue Devils. 6:26 to go in the first half. Jacob Brady to kick off. Curtis Harris Lopez in the middle. Hoping to get a chance to run this back from about the 10-yard line. Instead, they're going to go to the up man, and it is fielded on the fly as number 23 is Derek Finlay on the return. So they are willing to give the ball on a fairly easy catch of the kick. Derek Finlay, they're at their own 38-yard line. So basically a decision by Salem to give up pretty good field position instead of giving it to Curtis Harris Lopez for a possible 90-yard run back for a touchdown, which is always a possibility when Curtis touches the football. He'll be doing it now at quarterback. 6:20 to go as the Titans will be going left to right here. Second quarter play with the sun behind the quarterback. Receivers would be looking back into the sun a little bit, especially on the far side of the field. And the run play goes nowhere. Maybe a yard. Jaden Espinal at the line of scrimmage. In the backfield was David LaBelle, also for Salem, and 2nd and 9 for North. Lucas Cunningham split wide to the near side right. Also have Isaac Smith in the slot, and they're going to keep it. Curtis Harris Lopez with a big opening, trying to run by everybody, still on his feet. Curtis Harris cuts it back inside the 35-yard line. A terrific run once again for Curtis Harris Lopez as he takes it 20. Let's see, he was at the 39, so 11 plus 15, it's 26, 27, about 27, 28-yard run there by Curtis Harris Lopez. And changing our perspective again from left to dramatically right as they take the ball down the field. He'll keep it again. Curtis Harris going to cut it outside. He's got a blocker with Isaac Smith in front. And two flags fly. Two flags behind him as he broke it to the outside for a big gainer that is probably going to come back.
John, you know what they're seeing there, the last two plays, what Nashua North has run is they're faking a speed sweep or a jet sweep that's widening the edge of the Blue Devil defense, opening up a large area for Harris Lopez to take the ball. So that, if it is in fact a true zone read, he is reading the wide man on the line of scrimmage for Salem, and he's pulling it and keeping it as they widen with the speed sweep look.
Interesting, yeah, and it just was so successful there. Unfortunately, it appears that the official indicated that there were two separate holding calls spotted on the same play. The way he indicated it wasn't the same hold, but it was two, and of course they can take one. And it's going to be first down and maybe 22 yards, something like that. It's first and 20, they'll call that. At the 42-yard line, they need to get to the 25. And one of the players jumped. Unfortunately, it was Max on the far side of the line who came up early, and that's going to tack on another 5 to an already difficult task to convert this first down. So the Titans shooting themselves in the foot here on this possession, trying to come back and perhaps tie the game. They're down by 8, just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. It has been a very promising first half for the Blue Devils, but the Titans have a chance to turn things around here. The handoff and hit and down. A great tackle in open space by Jacob Brady, takes down Anthony Green at the 45-yard line, and it was clear that if Brady didn't make that tackle, Green would have gone for much, much more on the play. Instead, it's a fairly short run with first and forever to go. Second down and about 22 yards to go for the Titans. Empty backfield. Curtis Harris going to keep it. He's got a big chunk. He's down to about the 35-yard line, but they got so far to go to get the first down. It's going to be third down and 12. So no easy task still facing Curtis Harris and his offense here, as he's got to come up 12 yards in 2 plays. 14-6, Salem hanging on to an 8-point lead. Every time Curtis Harris Lopez touches the ball, he's got the potential to break it the distance. He's going to roll to the right and look to pass. He will put it up. It is a wide open Luke Cunningham inside the 20 for the first down. The threat of Curtis Harris Lopez running the football. He draws so much attention. He draws a crowd, and he drew any defenders away from Luke Cunningham, who was standing by himself inside the sideline. And Curtis Harris put it right on the money, and it is a first down for the Titans, who are facing about a 1st and 25, and they do convert. Under 4 minutes to go now in the first half, as the Titans try to take it down and get Espinal's got all kinds of space. He cuts it inside the 10, and it is a long run for Espinal. After the reception, 7-yard gainer. Spotted at the 10. Need to get to about the 6 for the first down. 3:30 to go in the first half. Titans with only their 3rd possession of the first half. Curtis Harris Lopez with Anthony Green, the fullback, in front of him. Isaac Smith's in motion. Keeping it. Curtis Harris is close to the first down, but maybe just a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Titans. Actually 3rd and 2, maybe a gain of only 1 on that play. So 3rd and 2 upcoming for North. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Titans' goal right now is to tie this game up, trailing by 8. Curtis Harris following a block, and he is over the left tackle side of the field. It follows Max Ackerman's block, and he is inside the 5. It is a North first down right at the 5-yard line. So getting the first downs, getting the job done methodically. The Titans move it to 1st and goal at the 5. In motion is Espinal. He gets, no, it's the keeper for Curtis Harris. He jukes, he's in, touchdown! Curtis Harris Lopez with the 5-yard run. And it is a, once again, 1-point game, 2-point game here at Stellos. So 14-12, Curtis Harris fooled me with that handoff fake to Jaden Espinal. He held on to it and made a nice juke just past the line of scrimmage to his left and into the end zone. It is a 2-point conversion try to tie this thing up now for the Titans. The handoff, Espinal up the middle, he's in. Almost untouched, Jaden Espinal tumbles for 2. And it's tied at 14 all. The Titans get the job done with their 3rd possession of the game, converting on 1st and almost 30 yards. They were able to do it thanks to a great rollout pass play from Curtis Harris Lopez to Luke Cunningham to get that big 1st down, and they continued on into the end zone.
Great drive there by Nashua North, John, and you have to be a little bit depressed if you're the Salem Blue Devil defense. You got them 1st and 25, and the Titans go deep into their playbook and call number 2's number a whole lot of times, and as a result, they go in to tie this game. But if you're Nashua North, you got to feel good. You've had 3 drives here, 2 of them ending in touchdowns, and if you're Salem, you have to feel pretty good. It's going to be 14-14 as you head into halftime. So,
yeah,
a real good football game here. You have to feel real positive on both sides. It's a great semifinal game up to this point, John.
226, Jason. They're not built for a 2-minute offense, Salem, are they?
It's funny. They're not going to go deep into the playbook. They're to continue to run their system. You'll probably see fullback trap power. They'll be happy to, this is a victory for them. They've shortened this game down.
So with 2:26 to go in the 1st half, Tom King, we've seen some blowouts this year, but this is not one of them. This is a great
sure
game.
Isn't.
Aiden McDonald with the reception, and he's down at about the 25. So they'll have to go 75 yards, Tom, and 2:22.
Yeah, I said to someone down on the field that the possession that North just had before it was going to be the most important possession of the game, because if they went 3 and out, that Salem was going to run that clock out and drive down the field and maybe get up 2 scores before the half.
Yes. So we have our first flag against the Blue Devils of the contest.
And now you play the clock game.
Yeah.
Because if they can hold Salem here, they might get the ball back before the half.
And Salem certainly doesn't want that.
See, North can score from anywhere on the field. Salem doesn't have that capability.
Exactly, because they've got number 2. Although Aiden McDonald has shown some big playability for the
He's
Blue
a beast,
Devils.
but can he wrap off a 70-yard run against this defense?
He's in the slot position, number 15. He does get the handoff, but he's wrapped up at the 10. Number 8 on the tackle was Devin Brassetti. Huge defensive play. Devin Brassetti, one of the great defensive players for the Titans.
And now the clock game. North calls timeout with 2:09 left to play in the half. John, don't be surprised if they have a lead going into the halftime.
I would not be, Tom, because they have shown an ability to play great on defense and on offense.
Right.
And if the defense comes up, they could even come up with a takeaway. They are capable. And this is more than enough time for the Titans to strike, as Tom mentioned, from anywhere at any time on the field. That's this kind of offense with number 2 out there.
The goal I think that North would have is if they can get the ball back with maybe just over a minute left and get it somewhere around the 40-yard line. Maybe even in deeper, depending on, the special teams. So it's 2nd and 14 now. They just can't allow Salem. You have to play this. You have to play this almost like it's the end of the game. You know what I mean, John?
Yeah.
You have to. And they're going to use their timeouts to try to get that ball back with as much time on the clock as they can.
We've got 2nd down and 14 yards to go for the Blue Devils, and I don't know if they've got a long pass play in their book.
The way North picks off passes, I'd be hesitant to put the ball in the air.
They will.
They are.
And they're going to throw deep, and they got a man, and it's just overthrown. He was by himself down the right sideline, was Caleb Bates.
And what Bates did?
Stop running.
Stood still. Run.
That actually might have been a perfectly thrown pass,
it was,
but we'll never know.
And there's no sun factor. The sun's behind him. Yeah, that's right. As Jason just said, you're right, Jason. It stops the clock. So.
Wow, you know what? When they had that play there, I don't blame them for going for it. I mean, the play was there, but
it was a touchdown, John Collins, and it could have been a game-deciding play.
Wow. And then we'll go back to the run, and it is a
that's not going to happen.
Stuffed. Well, everybody, all hands on deck as the Devin Brassetti show continues here. They are going to get the ball back, it appears, after a punt.
So, and they also save a timeout with that incompletion.
Dante Lorendi with an emphatic timeout for the Titans.
So they save the other timeout, so now they'll have one left when they get the ball back.
How about this? 1:55 to go in the first half, and North, after trailing up to this point, until they tied it, they have the chance for their first lead of the game. And they get the opening kick in the second half.
Boy, that was a perfect pass. And he just stopped running and had to reach for a ball that he should have caught in stride and gone all the way for an 85-yard touchdown run.
It is true.
It really was.
Yeah.
Just out of the reach.
It was those two steps running steps he didn't take.
It was one-on-one coverage, and the
Yeah.
safeties were up, so they weren't deep looking for that
Well,
pass.
they were thinking, like
They're thinking run.
they were not going to throw deep,
Right.
and they did. And the shock of it had the receiver open. So the punter is going to go left-footed, and it's a nice kick. It comes out and bounces out close to midfield, and yet, as nice as a punt as that was,
but
North will take this field position, Tom.
Look at the time on the clock.
1:49. Plenty
of time for North and Harris to get something done.
Zach Mazak at center, back out there with his offensive line.
It's good to watch a good football game for a change.
It is, isn't it?
We
We've seen too many blowouts.
Right, exactly.
And this is a great game to this point. 1:49 to go in the first half. Semifinal, the winner of this goes on to play the winner of Winnicott versus Goffstown going on simultaneously. Isaac Smith going around the left side. He finds some room. He's down the sideline. Isaac Smith out of bounds inside the 35, stops the clock.
That's the big thing. He stopped the clock, but in the meantime, he got 17 yards on the carry.
Ripping off a 17-yard carry, Isaac Smith. And again, so much attention being paid to Curtis Harris Lopez, and then these other backs can get the job done.
Well, they hadn't been early on, and so North went to Harris Lopez almost exclusively, and they're going to go with him here.
Fakes to Espinal, huge opening.
He's gone.
Curtis Harris is gone. 33-yard touchdown run, and North takes the lead with a minute and a half to go. They needed seconds. That was a 15-second half of the field touchdown drive.
And there you go. That's the whole thing, the difference in the game. They can score from anywhere on the field, and Salem can't.
In 15 seconds.
That's it.
Curtis Harris Lopez.
He's saving his best for last.
With the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this phrase again, Tom, but it was a man among boys speed right there.
They're not able to tackle him, and that's the problem.
Wow.
He's shifty, and when you have a player that's shifty, if you're a defender, what you have to do is you have to watch the hips.
Yeah.
You watch the hips.
But most of you watch him from behind.
And that's the thing, is he gets a step on you.
Yeah. What an impressive score again for the Titans and for Curtis Harris Lopez.
Yeah, but the big thing there is Cunningham with the PAT, and now it's a straight 7-point game.
I saw he got the Bryant offer, Tom. Where's he going?
Well, he's got 8 offers, John. He's
wow.
8 or is it 9? I'm not sure. I think it's 8. He's got 8 offers. He says he's not going to decide until December.
Okay. Look forward to it. That's next month. I can wait.
The first day to sign is the first day to commit, I believe, or sign is an early signing period. But they also will probably extend it all the way to April for signing because of the pandemic. It's been a tough year for a lot of college prospects who haven't played football. Don't forget, New Hampshire is one of the rare states in the Northeast that's playing football.
It's true.
So
yeah.
that is a big deal.
They have withstood the storm. As Jason Roby says it, it's
Well,
true.
they got Salem in a situation where they were pinned deep, and they're not an offense that can rattle off yardage, big yardage on one play.
Aiden McDonald from his own 13, and he's at the 30. So, return of about 13 yards.
And don't forget, they're almost in the same situation again. There's a minute 30 left. They've got one timeout left. They could get the ball back.
It really isn't that much different.
They could get the ball back again.
They could get the ball back again. Although, I think, like you said, they have one timeout, so maybe mathematically Salem could just not run it. They could run out the clock in between plays.
Oh, that one pass play. Difference in the game. A 14-point swing, John, on that one play.
Sure was, yep. Jet sweep and tackled by Luke
And I don't think he made it out of bounds. He did not make it out of bounds.
I think they're happy about that.
Yeah, if I'm Salem, I let the clock tick down.
Yeah, you want like almost nothing left when you have to punt it. If you do have to punt it, decent gain on first down for Salem. They have shown a penchant coming up with first down with yards necessary. And tackled after gain of maybe 2 or 3.
And if I'm North, I use that timeout.
You would, huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're just waiting for between third and fourth down. They did use it? They did use it, Tom.
They did use it. I use it.
Dante's on the same page, yep.
Yeah, I use it.
So just under a minute to go, 56 seconds. It's 3rd down and 6. Actually, 3rd down and 3 make that. And Salem would desperately like to make this first down so that they don't give Curtis Harris Lopez the ball back after seeing that it only takes him 15 seconds to take his team 50 yards.
Yep.
So key 3rd down and 3 play coming up here. Saw Max Ackerman's dad on the way to the stadium, Tom. I knew it was him because he was wearing a 61 jersey that said Ackerman on it. I said, "Are you Max's dad?" He said, "Yeah."
There you
I said,
go.
"Congratulations, he's a great player."
He sure is.
And good luck today. He said, "Thank you." He was cautiously optimistic.
Well, it's the unknown. You hadn't played Salem before. I don't think, I think Merrimack, you hadn't played them either, but you kind of were very familiar with them because you played them. That was the 3rd straight quarterfinal you played them in. So
Max is right over the football there, number 61. And his defense looking to come up
That's
with a stop at
backward
3rd and 3.
play.
It's a double pass down the sideline. They got a man, and is almost intercepted by Curtis Harris Lopez. Underthrown quite a bit down the field, and open was Dante Fernandez. So Salem coming close to clicking on a couple of long pass plays where the receiver was open. On the first one, we faulted the receiver there, but I think Cody Clements let that one short.
And what does that do, John?
Gives the ball back to North without no time, having to take a timeout.
Stops
they just
the clock.
stop
Well, they
the
don't
clock.
have one left. They don't have a timeout left.
They don't have a timeout left, but they have 50 seconds left after this punt, maybe. Gets it away, and it is going to
you let it go.
Come to rest
you
at
let
about
it go
the 31.
to 31. So with 41 seconds left, they have a chance.
So 41 seconds left to go. It's a situation where you think you have to call a pass play, but do you? Maybe just quarterback keeper for 70?
Let's see what you can get on first down with Harris Lopez. But,
I would imagine he's going
to
roll out to his left here.
Play action works too. 41 seconds left, the ball at the 30.
Yeah, I'm looking for him to roll out to his left. There he goes.
There he is. You got it. And he's going to keep it, I think. Nope, he's going to toss it.
It was an option, I think he had. Are they going to call out a reception? If they did, then that doesn't mean the clock keeps going. Yeah, that's going to be better off he didn't catch that.
Right.
So the clock is ticking. It's down to 20 seconds here as this ball's being snapped. to Curtis Harris Lopez. He's rolling to his right. He's going to throw it. Luke Cunningham.
Oh, and he
tried
dropped
to
it.
Run
Cunningham
before he caught it.
Yes, exactly. Classic case of that.
Wanted to get out of bounds, but the ball was on his back right thigh, and he just didn't. There wasn't enough patience to hold on to it. Clock stops with 13 seconds to go. Third down and short. More importantly, only 13 seconds to go. 61 yards.
Take a shot deep.
Yep.
Take a shot over the middle, and then see if you can maybe get. Well, see, they stopped the clock on a first down. So
how about Cunningham on a go route down the sideline?
that's what I'm thinking.
He's starting off slow, but he's going to throw off that arm
He's
strength.
got Green wide open.
And he overthrows. It's intercepted. Caleb Bates picks that off. He's going from left to right. 2 seconds. This will be the last play of the first half. Caleb Bates with the interception.
There was a flag down.
Oh, wait a minute. You might be right.
Yeah,
there is a flag
it's on
down.
the return,
Clearly,
John. It was on the return.
It was on the return. So, does that mean they get one more play?
I don't think so. Half can't end.
It depends on if it's against Salem.
It will be against Salem.
Then it's going to be over.
Block in the back, I'm sure, on the return.
Personal foul. Head to head. It was two fists coming together.
The flag was thrown after the interception.
A hard block. Okay, personal foul against Salem. All right.
So the offense seems to be coming back on the field.
Okay. Strange.
Let's see. So is North's off now? Let's see. Salem's offense has the ball. So the penalty is against Salem, and basically with no time left on the clock, Salem will have a one play. It's an untimed down coming up.
All right.
So if I'm Salem, oh geez, do you throw it deep and just a trap play and that's it.
That's it. So the half will expire 21-14. It was a strange route they traveled to that score, but the Titans will take it as they go into the half with a lead, Tom, and they'll get the kick to start the second half.
That's the thing. They get the ball to start the second half, up 7.
Yep.
Yep.
So we look forward to an exciting second half of football. The New Hampshire Division I state semifinal here at Stellos on a Saturday, November 14 of 2020. John Collins along with Tom King and Jason Roby. We'll be back with the second half coming up after this halftime break.
In these challenging and changing times, the Nashua Division of Public Health and Community Services would like to share a public health moment with you. Communicable Disease Nurse Coordinator Flavia Martin is here to answer a common COVID-19 question.
Flavia, we've been asked if somebody has a positive test with COVID-19 but no symptoms, do they still need to quarantine?
Absolutely. So if you have a positive COVID result, even with no symptoms, it's still very important to isolate. The reason being is that we know that about 30 to 35% of people who are infected with coronavirus have no symptoms. That's the asymptomatic person, but they're very capable of spreading viruses, viral particles, and spreading disease. So for that reason, it is still very important if you have a positive test result, even with no symptoms, it's still important to isolate for the full 10 days from the date of test and maintain separation from everyone else.
For more information on COVID-19 or to schedule a COVID-19 test, call 603-589-3456 or visit our website at nashuanh.gov/COVID-19.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, where we are awaiting the start of the second half. North hosting Salem in the state semifinal game, Division I 2020 championship on the line. The winner of this will play the winner at Goffstown, Winnicott. Last time we checked, it was a 14-7 Goffstown advantage. The advantage definitely now, the momentum is definitely for North, I would say, guys. It's a 21-14 lead for North, and they're about to get the opening kick.
Yeah, you know, the thing that we alluded to, John and Tom, was that they withstood that early onslaught, getting used to the speed and the tempo of the wing T offense, getting used to the type of plays. They were the benefit of a drop pass and a double pass where Curtis Harris-Lopez makes a great play defensively, and things are going their way now. And I don't think you're going to see a lot of different offensive plays from either team, really.
No.
Salem runs what they run. They're going to stay in their system, and Nashua North's going to get the ball to start the second half here and hope to build on that lead. As I said, they withstood that early pressure from the Blue Devils, and it seems to be that they've answered the call. We'll see if they can bring it home in the second half.
Thought the most important possession for North was the game-tying touchdown possession, because if they had gone 3 and out or maybe had one first down and then had to punt it, Salem was probably, the way things were going to run that ball out for the rest of the half. North wasn't going to see it, but you're right. The wing T is so different. I talked to Dante Lorendi at length during the week about the wing T, and his father taught him the wing T. His father, Hall of Fame coach in Brooklyn, New York, and Dante, said, we hadn't seen it. And that's the thing, is if you don't see it for a while, when they haven't seen it, this particular group in years, it's tough to defend right away.
Well, the blocking schemes, Tom, are a lot different in a wing T offense than they are in a spread offense. In a spread offense, you're gonna slide to the right and try to create alleys for your backs to run through and cut back through. Whereas the wing T, most of the time, it's a down scheme, down and kick out, down and kick out. And the speed there's no read there. The quarterback is just giving. And that double dive play is something that the Titans had not seen up until this year.
Right.
And preparing for that offense, also a difficult thing when you're not used to running it. You're a scout offense, and all you've done all year is run the spread offense,
so you're not used to it. So
now
as Kyle
you don't
Taves
get
said,
a good look. Right.
What Kyle Taves said it on the sidelines repeatedly was, watch the ball, follow the ball.
If the Titans can hold on and win this one here, Tom, I think you're going to look at that end of the first half where the Blue Devils threw a pass on third down, and they had a man wide open down the right sideline. He drops it, but not only does he drop it,
stops the clock.
Right,
and
gives
the North
Titans
the ball
end up,
a chance. Right.
Saves them a timeout,
Sure.
and they end up scoring later on in their next drive to take that 21-14 lead. I think that's the drive for me. That's going to be the difference here as we move forward in the second half.
Here are some numbers on the half. Curtis Harris-Lopez, 8 carries, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's 3 of 5 through the air for 36 yards. He did throw an interception at the end of the half. Salem total rushing yardage, 129 rushing yards with just 2 passing yards. But that 129, North gives that up, in a game for a team total, and that's with the benches leaving, with the benches in the game. So this was a lot of adjustment for North to have to get used to with that wing T, and we'll see. Now, you got to wonder, they've had a little bit of a break. Now you've got to get back out there and do it all over again in terms of following the ball and getting used to that wing T. Let's see what happens.
I was getting educated by Jason at halftime about the set hut, the momentum that the offensive line generates because the center says set hut. And he is the one that snaps the ball, Tom. And when you'll see that Curtis Harris-Lopez puts his arm down, that indicates to the center that he's ready to say set hut and snap it. So it gives the line more of a push-off.
Here's a smart
tempo.
play by Salem in a way. They don't give the ball deep to Harris-Lopez, but
look at the field position
they
give up.
The flip side of that is the field position. It's first and 10 at the 40.
That is really a tribute to Curtis Harris-Lopez's skills with the football, that they're willing to give you the ball at the 40 rather than let him run it back from the 10, is basically what was going on there. Again, for Salem.
I think that's a little. I don't agree with that.
I don't either. I think you got to just.
I think
play
you got to play it.
Yeah, because it didn't pay off in the first half. North was able to take the ball from this point on the field and go down and score. And so with great field position, 1st and 10 to begin the second half. Curtis Harris Lopez on the keeper.
Look at it, he's going to turn the
to the
corner
outside,
right
to the 45, to the 50. Curtis Harris Lopez down the sideline to the 30 before he's out of bounds. A casual 30-yard jaunt for Curtis Harris Lopez.
Flag on the play at the 46-yard line.
Uh-oh.
So that may come back. That may be another long run.
It is a hold from that spot.
Yeah, that's...
And
it's the one thing you always worry about when you have the run wide, and that's what happens.
That's about a 25-yard difference.
Well, it's going to be more than that. He was down to the 30.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at the spot foul nature.
Spot foul 48 is going to bring the ball back to the 42. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Should be anyway. Let's see where they mark
27 yards.
Yeah, back to 43. So
from where he ended up to where the ball is now.
Yep.
2nd down and 8. Or 7.
1st down and
it's 1st down.
1st down. They have to flip the card. The fans will be.
That's
fans
so
are quick to let them know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
1st and 7 from the 43.
Spot foul. So it's a rare 1st and 8 here.
1st and 7, really.
Yes.
They have to change it on the board. And you do.
So we'll redo 1st down again. All that to gain 3. Kirk cutting it out to the left, still on his feet. So hard to bring down. Gain of about 6 for Curtis Harris.
Got to tackle low. Got to get his legs. You know, that's how you do it. It's tough because he's constantly churning them.
2nd
and
and
he's
3.
at the got 4 yards. 2nd and 3. See, the thing is the hesitation.
Yeah.
The defense has to hesitate. The one thing is John Trisciani from Girton constantly yelled from the sidelines in the first meeting against North during the year, don't let him turn the corner.
Up the middle, Curtis Harris ducks a tackle. He is
very close. I think he's a little short.
I agree, Tom. He had his head down on the line, but they gave them the spot really close to where he put his head down. No, he's short.
He's short. He's short about a half a yard.
At the length of a football. So
kind of a gimme here, I think.
You would think, unless there's always the possibility.
But he's
of a
in straight shotgun mode. Look at this. He's way back.
Yep.
Isaac
Smith gets the handoff. He's got the 1st down. He dances past the 45 before he's tackled close to the 40. Isaac Smith with about a 9-yard gain. 1st down for the Titans.
It would behoove them to take time, even though we're in the 3rd quarter, to take time off the clock with a nice drive. It's not their style, really, because of the fact that Harris could score from anywhere on the field. But look, they knew what to do offensively down. They went to him. Here's Green.
Anthony Green with a big opening, and he's got the 1st down
and
inside
see, that's
the 30.
What happens. Early on, they went to the other players, and Salem was ready for it. But then they went to Harris Lopez. Now back to the other players that they're not ready for this time.
Sun no longer a factor here at Stellos. As it disappears here in the 2nd half behind the clouds over the Nashua River. And Green not as quite a big of an opening there as he goes up the middle with that carry for 2. 2nd down and 8. So Salem.
They gave him some generous yards. They gave him 3 yards down to the 25. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Okay. Yeah. 2nd and 7.
Forward progress, I guess, is what he had. This is probably going to be a Harris Lopez carry here.
That's Jaden Espinal in motion, doubling back.
Oh.
Getting the handoff. Espinal is going to be wrapped up in the backfield.
It should have been a Harris Lopez carry. How about that?
Yeah.
The thing
got too generous.
The thing for him to do there was, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
Fake it to Espinal and then run straight up.
Yeah. Dante Fernandez with a fine tackle for the Blue Devils in the backfield.
Every time Salem stops North, because they've scored every time they touch the ball in the 2nd quarter, every time Salem stops North, that's a big deal.
Well, we had the feeling that the Titans were going to go down the field and score here on the opening kickoff for a moment. The big penalty where they shot themselves in the foot. And now Salem has a chance to come up with a huge defensive stop.
Now they're 3rd and 11, and probably 2 down territory, I would think. You're at the 29-yard line. You're probably 2 down territory.
It's number 2 down territory, Tom, as he rolls out to the right, and he's going to throw it short. Espinal.
Yeah, wasn't a good pass.
No, it was not.
So now it's 4th and 11 from the 29. If I'm them, I still go for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't punt it here because
worst case scenario,
you know, if
the
ball goes in the end zone, all you get is a net 9 yards. You might as well try to see if you can give it to number 2, and he can. You know, look, let's face it, he's got a ton of yardage already. So
he is capable, even on 4th and 11, which is he rolls out to the right, looking to pass. It is off the hands of Espinal. He was open. He had the yardage to gain. Couldn't hang on.
Yeah, see, on that play, I would have had him run it because he can just score from anywhere on the field. You know, and his chances of getting a first down, even in double yardage, is 50-50.
Yep.
You know, at
It
least.
is. Yep.
I might even go 60-40 the way he runs the ball.
All right.
So,
you know, he's got space.
So that is a big stop for Salem with 8:42 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, certainly was. They have actually a chance to get down here and tie this thing. 21-14 with the ball. Certainly impressive on the opening drive before North started to make some dramatic adjustments on defense. Finding a nice opening on 1st down up the middle, Dante Fernandez, who's had some fine runs for the Blue Devils.
He got about
today.
8 yards there, I think, right? Yeah, 7 yards down to up to the 36.
2nd and 3. So the Blue Devils have a
and
chance
see
to score first here in the second half.
The kryptonite that they have for North is they keep if they have the long drives, it keeps it out of Harris Lopez's hands for a good chunk of time. But they have to be able to do that.
Handoff.
And, ooh, nice tackle right there, right at the line of scrimmage.
Ferocious hit.
He's close. And they're going to say he's, you know, the yard marker is going to be about a half a yard short.
Earth-shattering hit by Spencer Whiting, number 56.
The heart and soul of this defense, Spencer Whiting. Maybe the entire team, believe it or not.
He brought the lumber there, and he stopped the ball carrier short of the first down, but it is 3rd and
1 at the 38.
Flip. Aiden McDonald's got the corner. He's got to the 50. He's out of bounds after a gain of about 12 yards for Aiden McDonald.
Yeah, we got a football game here, John Collins.
Yeah,
if Salem comes down and scores on this drive,
absolutely.
Or at least, you know, that's the thing, though. Salem can't waste this precious time. They can't do it. You know, they're down 7. They have to take advantage almost of every time they have the football.
Yeah, because they're not built to come back from 2 scores down.
No,
late.
they're not.
Double dive. McDonald again with the foot speed to the outside. Cuts it back. Aiden McDonald still on his feet inside the 30.
Well, the problem was that it looked like it was Espinal on the side. I thought it was Bassetti, but it was Espinal trying to make the tackle. Just missed him.
And that was the difference between a decent stop and a huge gainer for the Blue Devils as they move the chains once again. 1st down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line. We are in the 3rd quarter of a game that Salem trails by 1 score, threatening to tie it up here in their first possession of the second half after coming up with the huge defensive stop of the Curtis Harris Lopez-led offense. 1st and 10. Blue Devils in that run formation again. Somebody moves.
See. The movement was on the defensive side, but did they get into the neutral zone? Let's see. Or were they drawn off? So the way Salem's moving back, it looks like it's going to be against Salem. Yep. No, offsides against the Titans.
Yep, and the
Boy,
center for Salem does a U-turn. I think you were right,
yeah,
Tom.
they thought it was against them.
I saw somebody from Salem move. I did, although they probably said it was instigated by the Titans. So penalty goes against team in blue, and Titans move back. It's 1st and 5.
And the ball at the 24.
And the way this Salem offense has been going, they don't need the help Trap up the middle, big opening, and inside and into the end zone. Wow. What an impressive run, spinning over the line, Dante Fernandez.
And see, that is the whole thing, is they had to reacquaint themselves with that offense. And you don't see it for a half. I mean, you have the intermission, you have the break, you're comfortable, you're up 7, and all of a sudden you've got to get your mind going again against that offense.
Jason, that was an impressive drive.
And I'll tell you what they did there, gentlemen. They used their up back as the trap man. They ran trap, but they used the running back as the trap guy, and he followed that block, and it was a beautiful play, beautifully designed. Tie game here, guys.
Jason, how much of that intermission was a factor in terms of the fact that, okay, North hasn't now seen that offense again for about another 10, 15 minutes, and they got to go right back out there and do it. How much of that was a difference? If you don't see that offense for a time.
He hasn't seen this offense for 15 minutes. How much of a difference does that make?
I think once you make the adaptation defensively, you're good to go. But the one thing you can't account for, again, is the speed and intensity at which Salem is playing. This is a team that is built a little bit differently than the other teams that Nashua North has faced this year. Doesn't matter what the score is, you're just going to get, gas pedal down, here we come. You just saw basic wing tee offense there, and they made a statement on that drive, Tom. They ran a trap play, and their trap man, instead of being a guard, was an up back. I mean, it's the same look, just with the same play with a different look. Kudos to Salem for staying with what they do. We got a great game here, guys.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, if you don't match that speed and intensity, then you are susceptible to what we just saw happen, which is Salem goes down and scores again, and it's deja vu from the first possession and first quarter all over.
Oh, that's
and
not,
nice job of recovering.
I don't see why
by
they're doing
Kobe
that.
Marshall.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
All to avoid giving it to Curtis Harris Lopez, I would imagine.
Yeah,
that nearly caught Kobe Marshall and the
and almost he fumbled
Titans
it,
coverage return team off guard, but he did a nice job of absorbing that line drive kick and falling on it, and it turns into great field position for the Titans once again. 6:39 to go, third quarter. Tie game, 21-21. The winner advances to play in the championship against the winner of Goffstown Winnicott. A keeper for Curtis Harris Lopez. Nice chunky yards on first down.
Yeah, he got about 4 or 5. Give him 4, second and 6 for the 48. Again, Salem's got to be careful. They can't let him turn the corner. But boy, I do not want to give Harris Lopez the field at 55 yards. I just don't want to do that.
Half the field.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I think your special team. Oh, look at this.
Breaking it outside Mwangi with his first carry.
Yes, the first time.
Down.
Yeah, the first time we see him touch the football.
Such a good back, and surrounded by so many other good backs, he gets fewer touches, but every time it seems he gets a chance, he breaks it, and that was more than enough for a first down for Brian Mwangi.
41 to the 41.
First and 10.
In a tie football game, 21 all. Who would have thought it?
Curtis Harris Lopez on the keeper, swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
And the Salem bench erupts on that play. That's the one thing when you're not allowed to have visiting fans, your bench has to be your fans for the players on the field.
Jackson Daly helping Curtis Harris Lopez up after he made a nice stop.
2nd and 10 for the 41.
And it's an option, and he keeps it. And again, Curtis Harris Lopez met at the line of scrimmage and behind.
Yeah, the problem is
Jacob Brady in on the tackle.
When they fake, Isaac Smith's got to make a block and cut back, and unfortunately, Curtis Harris turned right into where the defense was.
Yes, he did. And now it's 3rd and 11. The openings, the space just not there for Curtis Harris Lopez at the moment. And credit the Salem defense for stepping up the intensity and the adjustments at halftime. Espinal's in motion, fakes to Espinal, looking to pass. He's got pressure, hit as he throws. There's coverage. What is it? Luke Cunningham brings it down. He mossed him at the 5.
That was an incredible pass and an incredible catch.
Jack Milos on the coverage, but Lucas Cunningham went up and took it right over the top of him.
Just a great play by Cunningham. Gain
That was
of,
a big-time play. It was a 50-50 ball, Tom, and number 5 pulled it down. First and goal for the Titans. Looking to take the lead inside the 5, close to the line, about to the 2. Espinal.
Well, you had them on the ropes, John.
Certainly
Collins.
did, Tom.
Yep.
And no sure thing there by Curtis Harris Lopez. He was being hit by
He was being hit. Right, exactly.
Fernandez on the pass rush. Espinal dives over the goal line, and it is a 6-point North lead with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. North's quick strike offense strikes again.
But you know, you got a 6'4", 6'5" target. He's got the edge on whoever's covering him one-on-one if it's a 50-50 ball. And
not only 6'5", but good ups, huh?
Yeah, he makes the play. You know, that's the thing. Now he's got to make the kick.
Yeah, Milos looks like he's a good 6 feet plus.
He does.
And Luke Cunningham just took it away.
Oh, high snap. Let's see.
And it's blocked. So kicking woes continue for the Titans on the extra points.
And that's big because if Salem scores, their PATs, their PATs are perfect.
I wanted to point out that on their last PAT, Salem had a great hold from Noah Poland, number 52. That ball was basically rolled to him as the holder for the Salem's last extra point. That was kicked through by Jacob Brady, but it was a great setup. Receiving a difficult snap, Noah Poland was able to take that ground ball and turn it into a perfect setup for his kicker. And
so now we see what...
on the other end, Cunningham's gotten blocked twice on the PATs, so they'll probably have to go for 2 again the next time when and if they score. Meanwhile, a lot of football left to be played.
A ton of it. Look how much football was played in those last 2.5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, 6-point game here at Stellos.
And Salem had the ball 3 times.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh. Cunningham with the kickoff. Aiden McDonald has been their return threat. Number 15 in the middle.
Sun has disappeared behind the clouds. It's very chilly out here right now.
Driving Salem back.
Oh, wow.
Cunningham has to field it at the 2. He's out to about the 15 before he's swallowed up. Great kick coverage by the Titans.
Yeah, great kicking. You know, that was wind aided. That ball was aided by the wind, and it just flew right over both deep men.
Yep. Good boot by Cunningham to take advantage
Salem
of that
decided to go laterally with their special teams people. They went one side and then the other side, and the kick went right between the two of them, right behind them.
Excellent. And it didn't make it into the end zone, which was key because
that was it. That's
they could have let it go.
Salem thought it was going to go to the end zone, and it stopped.
And of course, if you don't pick it up, it's the same as an onside kick, except like 50 yards deeper.
It's a live football as soon as it gets kicked. Here we go, 1st and 10 Salem, 16-yard line. They're down 6.
And the handoff is up the middle. A lot of misdirection there. Aiden McDonald, though, with the carry up the middle.
Yeah, maybe a yard and a half.
Tom, you were mentioning keep your eye on the ball. That
that
goes for the announcers, too, because
yeah,
you don't know who's going to get it.
You got to wait for the line to kind of spread out and see who's got it. 3:53 to play third quarter, so that gives us 15:53 left in the game.
So I said,
left in somebody's season.
As a defense, you just love to come up with a stop here on 2nd down to force the 3rd and longs.
Yeah, you'd love to be up 2
against
scores.
This defense, and they seem to be doing it.
Doing it now.
Ball carrier hits a wall at the 20. And
like number 4 with the ball there.
Good stop by the Travis Holbrook, number 51, and a host of Titans. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. So 3rd and pretty long here for the offense of Salem, which features the run. And it's going to be a handoff to Dante Fernandez, who bursts around the corner. He's got a 1st down before he is spun out of bounds at the 35.
Yeah, big play. They were all bunched up the middle, and Fernandez on the misdirection, takes it after the delayed handoff.
Definite pattern there when they need to go for long yards.
Fernandez.
3rd down, 4th down.
Yeah.
It's either Fernandez or Aiden McDonald to the wide side of the field often to give their players that have the most foot speed the chance to turn the corner, and they do. 1st and 10, quick snap up the middle, spinning out of the, flag flies late.
Interesting. We'll see what that is. The late flags usually go against the defense.
Max Ackerman leading the tacklers there for the Titans. Play was just about over. Personal foul, hit to the head against the Titans.
Ouch. Penalties have hurt North today, no question about it.
So apparently the ball carrier was all wrapped up on his way down, and somebody took an extra shot up top, and it's 15 yards.
It's going to take it all the way to the 50-yard line.
Big penalty. You're right, all the way
to midfield.
North side of the 50.
Yeah, exactly.
1st and 10, new set of downs for the Blue Devils. After the personal foul, Salem threatening to go down and take the lead, trailing by 6. Handoff, McDonald met at the line of scrimmage, driven back. Late flag flies again. The referee in the white hat, he threw that one, so you won't have to consult with anybody to know.
We've got Holbrook on the tackle.
Who did what? Here comes the indication. It is a personal foul. It is a
chop block. Salem. And so the penalties negate each other. Basically, you're all the way back. That is going to be, if you're Salem and you look back and you lose by 6 points, you're going to look back at that penalty because it's going to stop a drive. That's a drive killer for Salem.
Was sort of, I guess it was during the play. So
yeah, it was. So what happens is
that's a spot foul?
It's a spot foul, so it's 15 yards. It's back to the 36-yard line. There's probably more than that. So it's going to be, a 1st down and 1st and 25. That's a long ways.
Yeah, it was a distance that North was able to cover with their long strike offense. They're going to go deep down the left sideline. It's
going to be picked
into
off.
The hands of Curtis Harris. Oh, that's number 4. Number 4, Chris Acevedo. What a play. He picked off the underthrown pass. Chris Acevedo comes up big on coverage as Salem, with one of their rare pass plays, tried to catch the secondary napping. And it was a ball that was underthrown into the inside, and Acevedo picking it up mid-flight made a nice adjustment.
And there is the turnover and the result of that penalty.
Yes. Salem got out of what they like to do. They got out of their lane a little bit with that play.
Way out of their lane.
And now North has a chance to take their first 2-score lead of the game with possession right at the midfield stripe thanks to the Chris Acevedo interception.
The only time they haven't scored since the start of the 2nd quarter was the interception at the end of the half.
Curtis Harris following his blocks, big opening, spins his way to a 1st down for the Titans. 11-yard gain. From the 50 to the 39.
Well, I take that back. They had a 4th down play in the 3rd quarter that they didn't score on. So it's 2 possessions they didn't score.
2:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Curtis Harris Lopez just wearing out defenses in almost every game, And Jaden Espinal doing a good job of wrapping up that football in traffic. Not much of a gain there, but no turnovers. That's about the only thing that could stop the Titans in the long run.
And I think here you just keep keeping the ball on the ground. You got 1:42 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Just keep the ball going forward with the clock turning. Clock is your friend. Even though we've got a lot of time left, the clock is your friend because it takes Salem a long time to score.
Handoff, Espinal's got a block. Around the
tackle.
corner, cuts it up, and nice gain.
That's a big missed tackle. They had a chance, and he just got beyond it.
And it's going to be 3rd and short for the Titans. Ball at the 31-yard line. Need to get to the 29 29, 28 or so.
Early in the fourth quarter, your score, Goffstown 27, Winnicott 7.
Goffstown has taken control of the game,
Yeah,
the other state semifinal, up 27-7.
That's going to be the team either side takes on in the finals. That was pretty obvious going in. Harris
Keeper,
Lopez.
Curtis Harris has the first down.
There's Lopez on the keeper.
Yep, first down.
Tackled once again by number 4, Jacob Brady, the number 4 on the Nashua North. First down.
Clock continues to run. Winding down toward the end of the third quarter with half a minute left here in
Taking
the
their
third
time.
frame. Yeah,
Taking their time.
it's probably be the last play of the third quarter right here on
Yeah,
first and 10.
This will be it, probably.
Taking a little too much time, Tom.
I was just going to say, the play clock's got to be close. Keep an eye on
Yeah.
the official on the back judge and see when the arm goes up.
Okay, he got it off. Espinal up the middle, big opening. The ball pops loose. It's on the turf, and Salem ball at the 10.
Ouch.
Espinal, who I mentioned, seemed to be taking such good care of the football. Somebody punched it free, and although it is not the best field position for Salem, they will absolutely take it as the ball changes hands.
With 8 seconds to play in the quarter. Ouch.
Wow. North, who seemed destined to go down and take a 2-score lead, instead has to go back and face this Salem offensive running game. This
can
machine.
Salem go 90 yards? That's the thing. I don't know if they can.
They just try to go one first down at a time. That's the dangerous thing about them. They don't try usually to get it all back as they did when they threw that interception.
That was McDonald, I believe.
It was McDonald for a 5-yard gain.
And that'll do it. That's the end of the third
End
quarter,
of the third
everybody.
quarter in
27-21, Nashua North.
Game is every bit as close as the score indicates, Tom. A 6-point North advantage as they try to hang on to it and get the ball back.
Do not touch that
Yes.
remote.
And we see very few fans in the stands compared to what we would see if this was a normal year, Tom, for a high school football playoff game of this caliber. This place would have been packed, and we welcome all of you who have erred on the side of caution and are watching this via a telecast here on Nashua TV. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson, cameraman Tim O'Neill, joined by Jason Roby and Tom King, and we are looking for an exciting fourth quarter play, Jason.
You know, great game so far. You hate to see that turnover there as the Titans are driving down for what appears to be a 2-score advantage. I don't think you're going to see a lot of different play calls here for Salem. I think you're going to see a lot of Aiden McDonald here carrying the football.
Maybe some Dante Fernandez
and
too.
maybe some Fernandez sprinkled in there. But this is a great high school football game, and it's going to go down to the wire.
Yep. And 12 minutes are up there. We'll see how it plays out. Salem with a lot of green to cover if they're going to come back and retake the lead. It is a Saturday, November 14 of 2020. This is actually making up for the no Thanksgiving, Tom, I think, game, you know? Getting late in November, and exciting football here at Stellos. It's a bonus in 2020, certainly, to have this kind of contest. So Salem up to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 5. Cody Clements at quarterback for the Blue Devils, and he is going to hand it off the middle, and there's not much there for Aiden McDonald. No, it was number 4, Caleb Brady.
Look for that trap play.
Jacob Brady, excuse me.
Look for that trap play with Fernandez again.
Looking for the trap play for Fernandez?
Why not? You know, they hadn't stopped it before, so.
I'm looking for the wide side run right here.
With McDonald, maybe.
Yeah.
3rd and 4 at the 16.
McDonald.
There you go. You get your wide side run.
And they get it. They knew it. I think it stopped at the 15.
That's why I think you go with the misdirection in the trap.
Yeah, you probably had the preferred play call.
I think that's the way, because everybody's trying to spread out wide, and you have that opening up the middle, and I think that gets you the yardage. Now that defense held.
Yeah. North was
McDonald
ready for it.
McDonald actually lost a yard.
Yeah, now they have to punt from deep. 8-yard drop only for the punter, Jason Roby pointing out. It's very short for punters as they go.
And he's a left-footed kicker, too.
Yeah, he got the roll exactly to the 50.
50-yard line. So good field position again for North. They lead by 6. They weather that storm of turning the ball over, but it costs them points. The thing is, they can't turn the ball over up here.
Opportunity missed for the Blue Devils to keep the ball out of Curtis Harris Lopez's
I just
hands
think you
and get on
pin
the
Salem
field.
deep like that, even if the turnover's there, if you can avoid that long run, you're going to be fine, and that's what they were.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Titans, as North has a chance to change the face of this game if they go up by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. Curtis Harris Lopez will keep it. He's hit in the backfield and down short of the line of scrimmage. Tackle for loss.
Well, you see, they've made some adjustments.
David LaBelle, number 56 in there.
Technically, I don't know what they've done except watch Harris Lopez better, because they made some adjustments, and ever since that early run he had in the second quarter, in the 3rd quarter, he hasn't really taken off for 30, 25 yards. So, and if he has, it's been called back for a hold.
Jason, you had 56 Taylor Morgano? Or, oh, I have a different roster, I think. Do I? No. There's a shotgun snap.
Oh, Harris has got some room.
Curtis Harris Lopez.
He's going to be able to turn that corner. Well, not quite. He got 8 yards. Couldn't quite turn the corner the way he has in the past, but he still got some good yardage. He got 8 or 9. See where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it at the 42. So he got 9 yards on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
From the 42-yard line. 2 down territory for North, maybe. I don't know. I'd pin him deep if you don't get the 1st down on this play. I'd punt it and pin him deep.
Curtis Harris
You're
Lopez up the middle.
You're going to get that 1st down, I think. You got it.
First down. Getting the job done, moving the chains. The Titans, after coming up with the stop, following their turnover, getting the ball back, and points delayed, but still will be points gladly accepted if they can get on here and score and take a 2-score lead. Curtis Harris has Espinal in motion. He'll give him the ball. Espinal has it. Espinal with an opening to the 20, to the 10. He is pushed out of bounds, just shy of the goal line. Jaden Espinal with about a 36-yard near touchdown run.
Well, he had it was like the Red Sea parted. He had a huge hole up the middle.
Noah Poulin pushed him out of bounds.
And broke into the secondary. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It was just a great play, call, and execution by the Titans. So the chance to go up by 2 scores here. Goal to go from the 2. The handoff. Anthony Green runs into a wall.
Boy, did he ever.
Down at about the 2. Yeah, at 59 for Salem. Jackson Daly. Terrific stop. 2nd and goal from the 2, no gain. Curtis Harris back into the shotgun. As Isaac Smith split wide to the right. He's going to run it, and he dives over the goal line for a touchdown. 2-yard carry for Curtis Harris over center.
4 TDs on the day.
4 TDs on the day.
And that puts Salem in that situation where you're down 2 scores.
Now who's got the other one? Jaden Espinal diving over the line? Yep, that's it.
Dove in.
So now going for 2 are the Titans, as they'd like to go up by 14 points.
And they do it out of the shotgun.
Rolling to his right, looking to throw, and he underthrew a wide open Espinal.
Ouch, and Espinal's bad.
He's bad. Yeah, Curtis Harris Lopez just short-armed it, and you know what? The other thing is he probably could have ran it in too.
That's just it. He probably could have.
Yeah.
So it's 33-21 with 8:53 left.
Yeah, that's one that Curtis Harris could have underhanded that, really, if he wanted to. Still, that's how open Espinal was. But it is a 12-point lead. It is a 2-score lead. Let's make no mistake about that. So the Blue Devils with a tall task to come back in this game. Our friend Bernie Campbell from Salem has kept closer and more thorough, detailed track of a high school football team than maybe anybody in the history of the United States, Tom. And he has given us this informational packet that includes the statistics, notes of interest. Salem has won its last 4 quarterfinal playoff games, but they have lost their last 5 semifinal playoff games.
A lot of my tears, John, are on those sheets.
Yeah, back in 2007,
Jason Roby talked about
was it? 2007,
North
right?
coaching days, 2007.
Yeah, lost in the finals,
Yeah.
28-21.
Lost. We went to that game. We did that game.
I did not, I don't believe.
Oh, we did not?
No, I
Was
believe
at
I was
Salem,
doing
right?
BG that year. I'm not sure.
Oh,
It was at Salem.
maybe you're
I
right,
didn't
yeah.
do it. Yeah.
It's a frustrating game because it felt like North could have won it. And it was close. But apparently Salem has lost 5 semifinals since then, and so semifinal rounds become their bugaboo.
Yep.
And here they are trying to come back from 12 points down with 8:47 to go in the contest. Under center, Cody Clements. Counter crisscross play, and it goes for big yards for Fernandez. Dante wrapped up by Luke Cunningham, but not before he got 11 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 at the 42 of Salem. Clock does roll, though, on these running plays. Salem has...
Yeah, and that's not good for Salem.
Yeah, usually taken anywhere like 5 to 7 minutes for their scoring drives.
Right.
And we had one for North that was 15 seconds. Up the middle. It's a wrestling match. Jacob Brady on the carry gets it to the 45. 2nd down and 6. Let's make it 2nd and 7.
It is getting cold out here without that sun.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This window's closing on you, Tom.
Yes, that's fine.
You still have an electronic connection, though. Don't worry. Although there is 20 degrees difference between where we stand. Straight drop. The throw, open receiver. Fernandez has it. He's on his feet. At the 25, cuts it back to the sideline.
He's in.
And Dante Fernandez has scored.
He
It is a 45-yard touchdown pass play.
They raised their hands. Yes, they did. Okay, there it is.
Fernandez hobbling at the moment. What a play by Dante Fernandez, collecting that pass, staying on his feet, and turning it into a touchdown play.
Plus 55 yards. That's the play they wanted in the first half.
55-yard touchdown play. It was on the 45 of Salem.
Yep, 55 yards.
A play that we didn't know Salem was capable of, as we just talked about how long it took them to score earlier as they tried to shorten the game. It is only a 6-point contest
there
again.
There we go.
7:33 to go. It is not over yet.
This is something else.
It is. It is something. 33-28. It's actually a 5-point game because of the missed the 2-point try.
2-point try,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So now Salem has got to play some defense.
Salem was able to induce a turnover. On one of the defensive series. And of course, they'd love to do that again here, and who knows what's going to happen on this kick, Tom. It was a semi-onside kick last time.
I just don't like those short kicks. I think you've got to kick it deep.
Yeah, let's see if they switch that up.
Kick it over, kick it to the left side.
They don't yet need to try to do a traditional onside kick to get the ball back. It's 7:33. But I agree with you. I think they should try to kick it over Curtis Harris's head if they can.
No, I just say.
I mean, why not kick it into the end zone and get it to the 20?
Kick it to the left side. Kick it to that left side. And
no,
there they go. But they go right to him.
They tried to kick it over his head, I think, but he's got it. Curtis Harris Lopez is going to plow over a tackler. But still, it's still better than the 40.
Yeah, but see, John, look at all the real estate that was here towards us.
Yeah.
Right? The 20-yard line, the 10.
You didn't like when he took on the
No,
tackler.
kick it over there. Make Harris run over to catch it, And
well,
shorten his ability to have the field. But still, the 33-yard line for Salem having North start there is better than starting it at the 50, right?
Yeah.
So.
It was Caleb Bates was the tackler that actually took the worst of it there as Curtis Harris Lopez ran him over.
And now the biggest defensive stand right now for the Blue Devils. This is it. This is where the game is on the line. They have to play defense here.
Curtis Harris up the middle. Dragged down from behind.
And that's too much. If you're Salem, that's too much yardage on that first play.
Yep.
The thing with Salem is the only way really to stop Harris Lopez is to get backfield penetration, and they weren't able to.
Get to him before he gets going.
Right, they weren't able to do it on that play.
Yeah.
So he gets 7 yards.
Right. You want to, catch the Ferrari while it's still in the garage. Once it gets out on the road, it's hard to stop.
Yep, that's exactly it.
And it's Jaden Espinal.
And he's got a hole. And
up the middle. Espinal still on his feet, cuts it back. He is downfield.
If there's a hole, Jaden Espinal is going to find it. He's got very good field vision when he gets the ball.
So true.
And that's a huge play. Salem is flunking their defensive test right now. Big time.
Yeah.
Because that is a gain of 19 yards.
He's like on a jet ski and
Espinal has been their big guy in this second half.
Yep.
Salem has not been able to stop him.
Just cutting through the defense.
On big carries.
1st and 10 for the Titans at the 43 of Salem. 5-point lead, looking to add to it.
Yeah.
Whistle before the
Somebody
play
moved
ended.
somewhere.
Yeah. It's going to come back against the offense, no doubt, because
it
was against the defense, it would be a free play.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Not if they jump over the line in this contact, though.
I guess so, yeah.
They'll stop.
They're supposed to blow it dead earlier.
Right.
But
so a penalty of -5. So
it is going to be 1st and 15. So another opportunity here for the Blue Devils defense to come up with a stop that they desperately need, as not only are the Titans threatening to go down and take a 2-score lead, but they are also chewing up some game clock in the process that the Blue Devils will not be able to use to come back. Timeout.
You can hear the coaches above us yelling that. I could hear it. You couldn't. I could.
Yeah, and Jason was very aware of the time clock. He was actually counting it down here.
The coaches above us, the offensive coaches, were yelling down through their headset, timeout, timeout.
Yeah. So they avoided a 1st and 20.
5:49 left, as you see it on your screen, I believe, and it's 1st and 15 from the 48-yard line. But that run by Espinal really could set the Titans up in a good shape. In good shape, because again, they get a touchdown, they're up 2 scores, and it's over with.
What's going on in the huddle right now, the timeout huddle, Jason?
I think if you're Coach Lorendi, you're telling your guys 2 hands on the football at all time. If you're Salem, you're going to start tackling the ball.
You're going to start looking to punch, right? Punch the ball out?
Yeah, as the Titans have shown, Tom, no amount of yardage is too much to get for a first down. So they're going to continue to run the plays they run, some speed sweep, some trap, and some Curtis Harris reads. And we'll see if the Salem Blue Devil defense is up to the task, up to the challenge.
Curtis Harris Lopez back into that shotgun. 1st and 15. And it is a sweep to the left. Lots of blocks. Curtis Harris gets it inside the 40.
They let him turn the corner. He didn't have much room, but still, you got to string him out a little bit better than that if you're Salem.
Yeah, you're right. Big chunk. Oh, he almost got the first down.
He almost did. In fact, he may have. No,
they
that's right. We're looking at the wrong marker.
Yeah, I was looking at I think the guy was 5 yards off for a moment there. So they need to get to about the 32.
2nd and 7 at the 40. They need to get to the 33.
They have 3 downs to get 7 yards. So
if he got out of bounds, it stops the clock.
Yeah.
Which is all important in a 5-point football game.
That's Espinal in motion.
Uh-oh,
they fumble
there you go.
He's got a jump on it.
Yep, that's the problem. If you fumble
it,
that's the thing. As Jason said, both hands on the football, and that was on the exchange.
Yeah, as the collective heartbeat of the
Well,
North
see what
fans,
happened there is Harris Lopez hands him the ball, and Espinal may not be sure if he's going to keep it or not, and Harris Lopez starts to pull away, and the ball just comes right out.
Yeah, that's what happens. It's the formula for disaster, but unfortunately, Espinal was able to fall on it.
But
and
it's
we're
3rd and 14 from the 48, and you're going to have to punt it if you don't get it.
They're going to go throw it.
They're going to throw Cunningham.
On the run, he's open, but he throws it outside to the right.
Yeah, he tried to back shoulder it, and unfortunately, there just was no room.
Yeah, he was so open, he could have just drilled it on the numbers.
Right.
But
I mean, look, let's face it. Curtis Harris Lopez is a great runner. He's an average passer. This is not what he really focuses on. He's tried to and working on it. So he's a runner more than anything else. The reason he's a quarterback is so you can put the ball in the hands of your best player every play.
Wow, opportunity missed for the Titans, Tom. They have to give the ball up here, and Salem will have a chance.
That's not to say he's not going to hit a few, but
yeah.
But see, here we go. And now Salem with 5:03 left. It's all up to the Titan defense.
And there's fair catch is called for. And
if I'm Salem, I don't like the field position situation because I don't think I can go 90 yards against this defense. I really don't.
I give credit to the Blue Devils return man, though.
They're going to have, if they want to go 90 yards, they're going to have to put the ball up in the air at some point, which, look, they have a touchdown pass already. So
they may not put it up just right away.
No, but I'm talking about during this drive.
Yeah.
So it's actually at the 12, so they're going to mark it at the 12, so they got to go 88 yards.
In 4:57.
Yep, I don't see that happening. Unless they get a big play that takes them out to midfield somehow.
Yeah. They did shock us with some passing plays.
Yeah, but watch out for the turnover. The Titans are very opportunistic in these situations when they know you've got to throw.
Aiden McDonald is met. You got a feeling that Spencer Whiting is in there somewhere when you see the pile move like that.
Yeah, exactly. In that play, I would have play actioned it if I were Salem. I would have thrown on 1st down.
Yeah, Whiting was in the middle of it.
I would have tried to loosen up that defense a little bit.
So it's going to be 2nd and long, 2nd and 9.
But see, here's the thing. Against this North defense, you want to make... You want to throw when they don't think you're going to throw. But now they don't know you're going to have to throw.
Aiden McDonald with the handoff around the side. He is to the 20. And he may have a first down, Tom.
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
They move the chains. He's their go-to guy when they need a big play. Number 15 for Salem, Aiden McDonald.
McDonald will get the important yards. Fernandez will get the big yards in terms of scoring. So they're out to the 25, a big 12-yard gain. But, again, we're going to be under 3 by the time this play, under 4 minutes to play, I'm sorry, by the time this play ends. In fact, before the snap.
The handoff. Anthony Green got a hand on Fernandez and blew the play up.
That's a big, big loss. Again, if I'm Salem, the play action on 1st down should be really good for them. I don't know why they're not going to it.
1st and 12.
Well, that's the first time.
2nd and 12.
That's the first time we've seen Fernandez tripped up.
Yeah. Hernandez has been a weapon for Salem. They're going to hand it to McDonald. McDonald trying to turn it up, and he's met.
See, now this, if you're Salem, now you're in a situation you didn't want to be in. You're in a 3rd and long.
You're in a passing situation.
Yeah, you're in a 3rd and long. That's why I think the throw on first down would have been so critical for them and so important.
A possession that was to determine who's going to play Goffstown next week, basically coming down to 3rd down and long, and then perhaps 4th down. We'll see what develops, but this is huge right now, and you can hear the North fans recognizing that.
3rd and 11 from the 24.
As thunder is heard in the stands. Hit as he throws it. It's complete past the 30, but short of the first down. It'll be 4th down for all the marbles, Tom.
I think they have no choice but to go for it.
They have to go for it. The clock is ticking.
Yep.
2.5 minutes to go. They're down by 5. It's 4th down and what?
Well, the ball's at the 31. They got to get to the 35, so it's 4th and 4.
4th and 4, and timeout is called before this all-important 4th and 4 play. If North comes up with a stop, the game is all but over. If Salem converts,
I always think
they have a chance.
I always think that good receivers and good plays are made when, and this happens in the NFL, it happens in college all the time. If you're going to throw the ball on 3rd down, have your receiver beyond the sticks.
I know.
You know, I mean,
we always say that when we're watching home.
Right. Have the receiver beyond the sticks. And that way, if it's up to him. He catches it, you've got a first down, and then whatever else he can pick up. But don't run a pattern that's short and expect him to get the extra yardage after that, because if the defense lets you catch it, odds are they're right there to make the tackle.
Yeah, they're giving you just.
They're playing off you. They're playing off you so you catch it. Right. They goad you into making that and running that pattern. So here we go. Game on the line. 4th and 4 at the 24. Trip to the finals against likely Goffstown.
On the line.
Yep.
And here's Salem out of the huddle. Far hash mark. Cody Clements at quarterback. Timeout called by North.
Yep.
It is a chess match at the moment.
Yep.
It's both teams taking a look at the other's formation there before the snap. Good timeout, Jason?
Yeah, good timeout there by North. Wanted to see what formation they were going to get. Based on down and distance and the formation, they
the
probably
coaches
have
never
a couple
change
of plays.
up out of it when they
that's just it. Why would Salem just change it?
Yeah, they may, but at this point,
there's some play they really want to call, though, right? The season's on the line, right?
It could be something we haven't seen, or it could be a play we've seen a dozen times. It's really hard to know. If you're Salem, you're probably second-guessing a little bit about what you have called because North just called timeout. So
what are you going to call here if you're Salem?
Boy. That's why I'm up here, John Collins.
I'm
undefeated up here,
trap. You've been calling out all what they're doing.
I've always been a fan of fullback trap, no matter what. But I know that's not what we're going to see
4
here.
yards.
I think you go with your double dive or some kind of a pass play.
The play that they haven't worked was the double dive.
A waggle play, maybe giving the quarterback the option to run it if he has nothing there. We'll see
Don't
what happens.
miss this one, guys. Here we go. 4th down and 4. Cody Clements at quarterback for Salem. He's got Fernandez in motion. He's going to throw it. Intercepted by Jaden Espinal. Jaden Espinal, number 7, is going to run out of bounds.
And a flag down after the interception.
A couple of unsportsmanlike calls against Salem out of frustration, I think.
He had an open receiver. All he had to do was put it over his head.
That is not going to affect the fact that North may have just sealed the deal.
It shouldn't.
Jaden Espinal, who fumbled earlier, now the hero of this one as he comes up with the interception on 4th and 4.
Nose for the football. That's what Espinal's got.
Yeah, Spencer Whiting getting escorted by the team captain there, Curtis Harris Lopez, is talking to him about the necessity to stick around.
And now we all stand and shiver while we wait for the officials to make their decisions here.
Yeah.
John,
it's Jason.
John and Tom, just real quick. So just what we had thought, a play that we haven't seen yet, a toss pass, and obviously, you have to speculate, but Titans had it played perfectly. Jaden Espinal jumping up and getting that interception. And
suppose that Espinal wasn't able to reach it. I thought it was going to be caught.
if he wasn't able to reach it, he thought it was going to be caught by the Salem player.
Yeah,
but
he may have
that's
thrown
a
it a
big
little
if,
bit
though,
short.
you know?
It's a big if. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's
He floated it, and Espinal was
Yep.
able to time it. You know, that's the thing. It wasn't a bang type play.
You know, Tom, you can look 3 times tonight where Salem has gone to the air, and it could have ended in a positive situation for them, and 3 times it hasn't.
Right.
So
the execution not quite there in the passing game for Salem has been a huge difference
So
maker in this one.
offsetting penalties, but after the interception, I believe, right?
Yeah.
that's to counteract the 3 touchdown passes that were thrown against us in 2009 against the Salem Blue Devils, I think. So now they cancel.
It seems like you just called
cancel it
3
out.
penalties, and
John, there's one word I have, there's one phrase I have for Jason that he's not able to do. Let it go.
let it go. Jason's not able to let it go.
I never.
I know.
Let's keep to what's happening on the field here. I think.
Yeah.
But I think they're writing numbers down, and what you're hoping for here, gentlemen, is that there are no game ejections because that carries with it a penalty for next week.
Next week, you're right.
Yeah, that would be devastating for some players that if that happened, that they got unable to play the championship. That's huge.
I don't think there seemed to be any kind of real bad hits on that play. I mean, and altercations or anything. That's the one thing
there was one, I guess, was way out of bounds on the far sideline. I'm not quite sure who was involved.
Right.
Espinal ended up over there, but as did
you don't want to
Spencer
lose
Whiting.
but you don't want to lose Espinal. Or Whiting.
Nobody.
Either one of them. You don't want to lose anybody on this North team. So
at this point, it doesn't seem to matter for Salem because they wouldn't be playing next week. But Steve Abraham, the head coach for Salem.
Well,
the net effect of this is what?
So now Lorendi will get word as to who it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Lorendi has the message, whatever it was, on the personal fouls. Offset. Now here comes first down.
First down North,
10.
right? Because it was after all that. But the thing is you don't want to see anybody ejected. Espinal's out there.
We didn't see the thumb ejection signal, Jason pointed out, so that's key.
Right.
Yeah.
Espinal is out there and Whiting is out there.
Yeah, there you go. So may have survived a scare there. And they'll march off. I guess the net effect was that the Titans got one more personal foul than the Blue Devils got. So it's 1st and 10 and 2:27 to go. And I think the Titans have an opportunity to run the clock out, Tom?
Well, they could. Or they could get a big score, one or the other. I mean, you know, look,
they probably need a first down, though. They'll have to get the ball back, right?
In this situation, you usually score as the defense kind of is playing loosely.
Espinal finding that opening as he always does. Falls forward. He got a nice gain of about 7 on first down. 2nd and 3. And the clock is rolling. We are at the
Salem has 2 timeouts left.
About.
And North is just going to let this clock tick down. Don't forget, there's no 2-minute warning in high school football.
Right.
Or
we're
college.
having it right now.
Right. It's only a pro rule.
Curtis Harris Lopez has
taken his time, waiting for the official's arm to go in the air for the 5 seconds.
He is. You're right. There it is. Snap. Espinal out right side. We gain a 1.
And now Salem's going to have to take a timeout. They don't have any choice here.
Yeah, they do.
In fact, if I were them, I would have taken it. Well, if they had 3 timeouts, you start with the first play, but now they're down to 1 timeout left.
Yeah, they have to make those timeouts work, and all the Titans need to do is get 3 yards here and basically.
The ball is that they've got to get it to the 47-yard line, and they're at the 49, just outside the 49. So it's 3rd and a long 2 from the 49-yard line.
I'll ask Pete if there's any final Goffstown score. They were early in the fourth, and Goffstown was up 27-7. That seems to be a done deal
I
over
think
there.
that's a done deal, and I think you'll see North and Goffstown. I don't know if it would be here. As Jason Roby was talking, we were speculating that they could go to Bedford if Bedford would agree to it, to have them host so that fans from both teams can go.
Because they're both considered #1 seeds in their bracket, right?
Right, exactly. And they were going by winning percentage, but if you're unbeaten, then your percentage is 1,000 anyway. So
yeah. 3rd and 3, sprinting to the left.
yeah,
Curtis
don't
Harris.
go out of bounds. That's the problem. That's
he's
the
got a
danger.
first down, and he's out of bounds.
Yeah, that's I don't get that. So,
Yeah.
but still, he gets the first down. So
Yeah, fresh set of downs, but it's 1:28 to go. Yeah, he really should have just taken a knee there when he got past the first down yardage. So. Oh, they said that he was in bounds, Tom.
didn't look like it to
There's
me.
another flag after a play was dead, and he was looking at Salem's sideline when he threw it. And it is against Salem. Somebody from
the sidelines yelled something out.
Somebody said something.
You know what they probably said? They said, we thought he was out of bounds, in
Yeah.
stronger language.
Yeah, that was exactly what happened.
Yep.
So
That's 15 yards. So
Zach Mazak, our center, is going to get to mark it off. Looks like. Actually, he's following the lead of the umpire that put down the orange marker. That's how they do it now in COVID times. So the officials don't handle the ball, only the centers do. And it's 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 23-yard line.
And the clock is ticking.
Yep, clock is rolling.
We're at the 23-yard line.
We will be under a minute to go when they snap this ball. And as you pointed out, Tom, he's waiting for the umpire to put his hand up, meaning 5 seconds left on the play clock. The hand is up, and he's just going to take a knee.
All right, John Collins.
Hey, there it is, Tom. So with half a minute left to go, the Titans will probably take a knee one more time, victory formation, and they will seal the deal on a hard-fought state semifinal football game as the Salem Blue Devils gave North all they could handle in this one, and it's going to come down to a 5-point margin of victory only for Nashua High North as Curtis Harris Lopez takes a knee and the clock ticks down and time expires here at Stellos. For the first time since 2010, Nashua North will play in the Division I state championship game. Salem Blue Devils being congratulated by our public address man, Jason Roby, on a terrific season, and so well deserved. Jason, any final thoughts on the game?
Great game by both teams. Congratulations to Salem High School, who just really played an outstanding game and did what they do, and they stuck around in a 5-point victory for the Titans, whose mettle really proved, have not had to play from behind all year, and were able to come out on top here. So I think they're going to face a Goffstown team, as we believe, that's on the other side of things. And as word has it, that game might be played at Bedford High School. All indications prove that the neutral site will be Bedford High School next week. But got to feel good for Coach Lorendi and his staff. Maybe a few more penalties and turnovers than they would have liked to have seen today, but still able to play in a good, close game. And I think the positive you have to take from this, John, is that they were able to play in a game that was tight all the way through, a game that they were losing at times today.
Yeah.
And so there's something to be said for you as a team. You haven't played from behind all year, and to come out and win a game like this that has a lot of penalties and some turnovers, kudos to Coach Lorendi and his staff. And we'll see if the Titans can get their first championship banner. I know we were close in 2009 and 2010.
Who was the coach in 2010?
Good-looking guy, I believe, John Collins. Real good-looking guy.
Yeah.
But
it was against the Salem team.
Against the Salem team in 2009, and we came up just short. In 2010, 14-7, we lose to Pinkerton in a very good game. And hopefully they'll be putting a dark blue banner in a gym representing a championship. We'll have to wait and see. We think it's going to be Goffstown, John, and Goffstown undefeated now, and
formidable opponent, definitely.
A formidable opponent, no doubt about it, and a former Nashua North coach, I might add, is the head coach over there. Nick Hammond is the head man at Goffstown. He took over. He was an assistant for me for 2 years. Actually coached under Coach Lorendi for a year. Name you might recognize, Dave Jackson, the one-time offensive coordinator for Nashua South, also coaching over there in Goffstown. So a Nashua connection. Even though it's Goffstown, there is a Nashua connection there. It should be a real good game. If Goffstown is healthy, it should be an even closer game than expected. They're very big, they're athletic, and I think if you talk to Coach Hammond, they're a year ahead of where they thought they would be. So this is a great thing for obviously the city of Nashua and the city of Goffstown, or the town of Goffstown rather. Glad to see these Titans in the finals, no doubt about it. Wish them the best of luck, and I know they'll be ready to go.
That's Jason Roby. Thank you for your expertise and your experience. Dual threat announcer on public address and joining us here on Nashua ETV. Double paycheck? We'll talk to Pete, I think, yeah. For Tom King, my cameraman Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. Thank you for watching. Congratulations to Nashua North. You're in the state championship game by way of a 33-28 victory over Salem. Good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.